Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu wa alhamdulillah. So we lost a few days ago, man. We lost a giant, man, in this deen, man. In America, man. I won't say he was one of my sheikhs, but because I didn't get a chance to sit with him long enough, but he definitely a sheikh to me, and I learned a lot from him in hadiths years ago. I didn't get a chance to meet him in person, but I used to take classes with him. Me and some other people in a group every weekend in hadiths, and this was so long ago. Unfortunately, man, a lot of his work isn't on YouTube. I wish it was. His name was Abu Khaliyl, right? White guy, real mild mannered, and man, when it came to them hadiths, man, the guy was like that. Just to show y'all who he is, a little bit about who he was, right? So, like, when you look at like the 6 mother books of hadith, so right here, this is Sunan Nasa'i, right? Right here, you'll see the final review, the final edit, to make sure that this book was intact and made all the corrections, or if there was mistakes. You see this name right here, Abu Khaliyl, right? You'll see the same on Sahih Muslim, Abu Khaliyl. Sunan Abu Dawud, Abu Khaliyl. And then for Tirmidhi, he actually translated Tirmidhi, Sunan Tirmidhi. And then for Sunan Ibn Majah, he did the final review, the final edits to make sure it was straight. So that's who he was, man. He passed away about 5-6 days ago. Real good brother, man. A major loss. He's been sick for a while, though. Just last year, maybe in the summer of 2024, we had came together and got some money together for his daughter to aid and assist him. But real good brother, man. Real good brother. I just wish a lot of his class time work was out there on YouTube. One of the best hadith teachers that I ever had the privilege to sit with. I mean, real mild manner, and for all of his accomplishments and for how he was, like, you would have never knew it. If you would have seen him somewhere, you wouldn't have never knew like what was to him. He just didn't have that on him. Like, he was real humble, meek, real thin, white guy, man. But when it came to them hadiths, man, dude was really like that. May Allah accept his work, accept his deeds, have mercy on him, and allow what he done to weigh heavy on his scale of good deeds on the day when he's going to need it the most. Real good brother, man. Real good brother, man. Abu Khaliyl. So and he done a great service. Like anybody who deal with the hadiths outside of Sahih Bukhari, he didn't do Sahih Bukhari, but some of the works like Ibn Kathir in English, he's involved in some of that. A lot of different other stuff, man. Just a real good guy, man. So anybody who deal with the books of hadiths, like, he's one of the individuals that made it possible for us to have this in the English and to have like the explanations, some of the taqreej, what made certain hadiths, if they was da'if, if they were strong. A great service. And when you think about it, like when you're a person who deal with these books, like you got some of these sets, 7 volumes, 9 volumes, 8 volumes, and he did them. He did every set, edited them. It's just a lot of work. It's a lot of work just to sit back and read Tirmidhi, but to translate it, the taqreej, and with efficiency. I almost want to read a couple of these hadiths from him, man, but that he translated. But anyway, Abu Khaliyl, man, make dua for the brother, man. He passed away about 6 days ago. Like I said, alhamdulillah, man, I'm just glad, man. Allah blessed me to be able to sit with the brother on some weekends and really learn hadiths from him and him explain hadiths. And at the time when I was sitting with him, we was doing Sahih Bukhari. So Sahih Bukhari doesn't really come with a lot of taqreej, the explanation of the hadiths. You have to get like Fath al-Bari. So, for him to explain, especially like I said at this time, this has been over 12. It's been over 12 years, man. This 2025. Yeah, this is a good 2013, maybe. Yeah. 2013, 2014. It could have been 2015. I'm not really sure. It's been a long time, but to have the privilege to sit with the brother, man, and learn from his mannerism and just the way he carried himself and how mild he was. And, some of the things that was going on, like, seeing some of his life, man, and him carrying on, like after his wife had passed away, and it took a little toll on him, and, him coming back to teach, good brother, man. Good brother, man. Abu Khaliyl, for anybody who don't really know about him, he didn't have like, social media wasn't like it is now, where you could become like this YouTube, Instagram star in the dawah scene, but for who he was and how he got down, but I think he wanted it that way. It was one of the companions back in the day was extremely knowledgeable, but people didn't really know it. Well, from the Salaf. And he made a statement saying, if you can learn and not be known, you know what I'm saying? If you can seek knowledge and get knowledge up under your belt and not be known, and people don't really know what type of knowledge you have or what's going on with you, like it's one of the best things to do. And dude was he was like a walking, talking example of that to me, from what I know of him, from what I knew of him. Real good brother, man. And he definitely will be missed, man. Because, like I said, he been off the Dawa scene for a long time. Because he had been sick. His wife passed away. You know what I mean? Became a single parent. So he was just off the Dawa scene. But his works, what he did with the books of Hadith, he also have other books. But like this is kind of what he's noted for. So again, man, for people who don't know about the brother, Abu Khaliyl, man. Good guy, man. Good guy. Spent a lot of time in the Arabias. Good guy, man. Alhamdulillah. We just need more like him. Cause I've been looking now. I'll be looking at the Dawah scene, and especially this Ramadan while Shaitan is locked up, and seeing what's going on, man. Like it's a guy, man. He just got a whole page dedicated to just lying on hadiths and trying to discredit hadiths, but it ain't just him. It's several people. I think they agents, man. But just to see the confusion on the Muslims that be on the page, and like they really be loving it. They really be loving it, man. And just seeing, because it's Ramadan, so like just seeing on social media people be wanting to try to, I don't know if it's give dawah or post hadiths or different stuff, man, and then they be trying to add their own little rulings to it and just totally twisted, just misguiding people, man. It is so dangerous, man. I heard an imam saying that he feared for the youth. He feared for the youth. Like what the Muslim leaders is going to look like in 10, 15 years. Where like some of these individuals, some of these young guys who, early 20s, possibly teenagers, and as they start to get up into their 30s and enter the Dawah scenes, and like, cause like some of these imams that have some real footing and have some real ilm under their belt and really understand the deen, they in their early 50s, late 40s, close to 60. 15, 20 years, man, these guys gonna be 70, pushing 70. And some of these young people, man, like people just being geared away from like wanting to go overseas and wanting to learn the Arabic language. Like even enrollment, like student enrollment is down in like Mecca and Medina. You got a lot of students who quitting and flunking out, can't get past the Arabic part, or be blessed and to get accepted into the University of Medina or Mecca, and they be a 1-year student, and then they finally find them a wife or something, and they'll quit. You know, they'll quit and move to Egypt. You know, or somewhere over there, and they really give up basically being a student, and they settle down and and be with their wives. I ain't knocking them, and I'm listening to the imam, man, just saying, he has a real fear for the future of the ummah. Like who's gonna step up and be the imams? Who's going to? And you have some places that's doing imam training for the young guys and trying to gear them up to become students of knowledge, and trying to inspire them to go overseas. But when you look at, like they saying, the scholarship, even the scholarship isn't like what it was. Like, you had those best generations, and then after those generations, just like for instance Imam Bukhari, Ibn Kathir, right? Your Tirmidhis, your Dawuds. You can see the breakdown. Like, we're the scholars and the alims that was like them. We're the Ibn Taymiyyahs of today's time. You know what I'm saying? Like when you look at them and see, like, a lot of them was alive at the same time. Like Shafi'i, Ahmed Anbar, and they just had like some of the names that lived on. Like, it was a lot of them. Ibn Taymiyyah wasn't the only. Like, Ibn Kathir is a student of Ibn Taymiyyah. Ibn Qayyim, another giant, student of Ibn Taymiyyah. So, like, when you listen to the scholars and they just saying, although you have good scholarship, they not like how those individuals was. So when you seeing a breakdown, and then like some of the people who starting to study and become students, like, alhamdulillah, some of the students who came home with PhDs and masters that I've sat with over the years, and like right now I sit with some students who's in the University of Mecca and Medina, and they working on like a master's. Just seeing how they teach and how they learn compared to like some of the students who done came home who was teaching on that level or where they are now, you can see the difference. You can see the difference. Some of them, I'm going to be honest, some of them may be working on a master's, but they like a little bit firmer, a little bit better than some of the students who graduated and came home. So some of them going to end up being better than some of the people who came home. But then some of them, they may have the book knowledge, but to bring it more than just a surface level, I don't know, man. Alhamdulillah, man. It's just me rambling, man. Me feeling the brother, man, like having a real fear for the future, man. And, I deal, with some Muslims, man, and just seeing the level of understanding and like some of the stuff that people falling for, and then the real knowledge, they don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Right now, individuals, I'm not saying everybody, but right now it's about entertainment as opposed to real knowledge, and people not really checking thoroughly what they looking into with the surface. Like, just because they feel like they can Google it and pass it on, Like I seen some stuff, man. I'm serious, man. I seen some stuff the other day on social media that somebody tried to pass on, and it was just a total contradiction of what they tried to post, and adding in fake fatwa, and it's just dangerous, man. People just don't, they not really careful in what they pass on, and I don't know, man. I fear for the future, just like that Imam was saying, man. I do. But anyway, man, assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, man. And you know, for some of you, some of you Muslims, man, who alone, and even though you in cities with masjids and you just can't find that companionship, you know, the masjids just not right. Just keep striving, man, and keep making dua, because Islam is the truth. No matter how the Muslims present it, no matter all this fake dawah and these agents trying to destroy the deen, and you know, this propaganda that's out there, you just have to rise above it, because Islam is the truth. Beware these fake social media meme fatwa twisting of hadiths, and just be careful and just do the best you can. I talk to people, man. People is, they suffering, man. People really want to learn. People getting there up there in age a little bit, and they want to get their deen right. They want to prepare for Jannah. Like I could say, just during Ramadan, man, while Shaitan is locked up, and just talking to 3-4 different Muslims, man, and they having difficulty getting their mental state together. During Ramadan, while the Shaitan is locked up, and I really want to see him figure it out and get it together, because once Shaitan is free, Shaitan is gonna play on that. May Allah protect them from it. But like this right here. You have a Muslim in Atlanta, right? You have a Muslim in DC. You have a Muslim in Illinois. You have a Muslim in New York. And then you have a Muslim in the Oregon region. Around Portland, Oregon. Don't know each other. Males and females. And they all suffering from the same type of mental distractions, issues, almost saying the same words. Like, man, I'm having mental health issues. Like, mentally, I am not well. And this is why Shaitan is locked up. And, my heart bleed for him. And, and sometimes it's hard to find the right words to say Islamically, because we geared towards advice that's not Islamic. Because, seriously, when you give people the real Islamic formula, they don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that. They want that dunya type of advice. They don't want the medicine that's going to really cure it, but it's because mentally they not well. I need you to give me something that I can apply. That Islamic advice and these hadiths and these Quran ayats, I can't grasp how to put it in my real life right now. So, it's just unfortunate, man. It's just unfortunate, man. And my heart bleeds for him. And I see it. And just all the people who've been passing away, like, man, Abu Khaliyl, like who I'm talking about now, That man passed away, man, during Ramadan. And, like the death of scholars, and a mountain like that, man, it's always a reminder, But anyway, man, may Allah be with all the Muslims, man, and help us. You know, we coming into the last 10 days, the last 10 nights. It's time to tighten up, you know. 19th day of fasting. So at the Maghrib is going to officially be the 20th night of Ramadan, you know. So for people who ready to start chasing them evening odds, today the 19th day of fasting, but the 20th night of Ramadan starts tonight at the Maghrib. So it's time for people to start tightening up. You know, for individuals who doing itikaf, you know, and just tighten up their studies, tighten up their reading, making a lot of du'as during these last 10 nights. If you're in an area where it's a little warm, after midnight, wake up, man, go outside. Go outside, take a look at the sky. You know, talk to Allah out there in the open, you know, during the third part of the night. And look for Laylatul Qadr, man, because the angel is just going to be full of, the sky is just going to be full of angels, you know. And just be out there really pleading with Allah, man, because a lot of Muslims having difficulty, man. You know, even in areas where it's a lot of Muslims, but they just not feeling that. They're not feeling that brotherhood. They're not feeling that sisterhood. They're not feeling welcome. You know, they dealing with a lot of fitna and a lot of turmoil. You know, with the Muslim Ummah, with the kuffar at work. You know, some people done had a good Ramadan. Some people haven't. This been one of the best Ramadans for me. This one of the first Ramadans I haven't did a lot of reading and studying like I usually do, like real book heavy Ramadans and lecture heavy. I really done sat down this month and been dealing with me, getting to know me and looking at my life and looking at my environment and the people that I'm around and really just taking a look at how people move while it's Ramadan and while the shaitan locked up, man. And you know, just looking at what other Muslims dealing with, and you know, some of your family members looking at their friends and what they going on. Just paying attention to the world, man, and my personal environment, my workspace, my family members and Muslims that I do classes with, personal classes with on the weekends. And man, it's a lot of fake friendships, man. It be some people that really be faking stuff, man. And you know, some people will try to get you to walk through the fire if it's for the purposes of them looking good. You know, let me do this, put this and do this, put you here, you get y'all over here, y'all do this. Just to try to look good, man, and people trying to OG people and it's just not that, man. So man, Allah be with us all, man, and guide us all, man, and you know, hopefully, man, a lot of people focusing on life after Ramadan, and you know, inshallah, man, the Muslims will be able to fast the 6 days of Shawwal, and for the Muslims who done missed some days, will be able to make your days up, you know, in a timely manner. Like, start making them up immediately, man. You know, don't let the year linger on. You know, get your days made up. You know, it's just a lot of discombobulation, man, in this world, man. So, man, Allah make it easy for us all, help us all. You know, y'all make a dua, man, for the brother Khaliyl. You know, may Allah have mercy on him, man, and allow all of his works to weigh heavy on this scale of good deeds, man. Real good, mild-mannered brother, man, that I learned. I learned a lot of not a lot, but I learned from his mannerism. Like I said, I didn't get to sit with him for a very, very, very long time, but, you know, it was a decent amount of time, you know, just on the weekends, doing hadiths with him and sitting in, you know, he was always on the floor. You know what I mean? From what I can remember, this was years ago. I just wish a lot of his work was on YouTube. And the way the man would break down hadith, especially, you know, like I said, we was doing Sahih Bukhari. And the explanations, real good brother, man. So, you know, any of y'all, man, y'all Muslims, man, keep y'all head up, man. Y'all alone. You know, it's masjids around. Y'all can't connect, and you're doing your best. You really want to learn. You can't figure out a place to really go learn sound Islamic knowledge. Just keep making dua, man, and ask Allah for aid and assistance, you know, and allow you to and ask Allah to put it in your heart and your mind to remain steadfast and not be lazy if the opportunity presents itself. You know, some people ask for these things, man, and then Allah put it in front of them and they get lazy. You know, they want to just be able to answer questions in a book. You know, may Allah make us all better, man, especially me. Because like I said, man, I done really took inventory, you know, on myself, some of my strengths, a lot of my weaknesses, people I talk to, man, people I deal with, and just been looking at like fake friends, man. Fake friends, man, you know, smiling faces, man. They'll stab you in the back, you know. It's just a lot of fake stuff, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. This Ramadan, I deleted a lot of people numbers out of my phone, man. You know what I'm saying? I deleted a lot of people numbers out of my phone. And if I hear from them and they be on some cool stuff, I add them back in. You know what I'm saying? And if not, you know, it'll just be I see you when I see you. Like, man, they could keep that fake stuff distant from me, man. Muslim, non-Muslim. So anyway, man, may Allah be with us all, man. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Y'all keep your head up, man. Keep striving, man. Because Islam, the truth, don't give up on your deen. No matter how hard it get, just tighten up and get right with Allah. Maybe something being put up on you, man, because the way that you deen and the way that you know, the way that you're dealing with your Islam. And stay away from all this fake dawah stuff, man, because YouTube getting dangerous. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.